Connected. Connected.
How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Papa comes in to turn off the light? Does a dinosaur slam his tail and pout? Does he throw his teddy bear all about? Does a dinosaur stomp his feet on the floor and shout, "I want to hear $1 more"? Does a dinosaur roar? How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Mama comes in to turn off the light? Does he swing his neck from side to side? Does he up and demand a piggyback ride? Does he mope? Does he moan? Does he sulk? Does he sigh? Does he fall on the top of his covers and cry? No, dinosaurs don't. They don't even try. They give a big kiss. They turn out the light. They tuck in their tails. They whisper, "Goodnight." They give a big hug, then give one kiss more. Good night, little dinosaur. Brown Bear, what do you see? By Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle. Brown Bear, what do you see? By Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle. Brown Bear, what do you see?
I see a red bird looking at me.
Red bird, what do you see?
I see a yellow duck looking at me.
Yellow duck, what do you see?
I see a blue horse looking at me.
Blue horse, what do you see?
I see a green frog looking at me.
Green frog, what do you see?
I see a purple cat looking at me.
Purple cat, what do you see?
I see a white dog looking at me.
White dog, what do you see?
I see a black sheep looking at me.
Black sheep, what do you see?
I see a goldfish looking at me.
Goldfish, what do you see?
I see a pigeon looking at me.
Pigeon, what do you see?
I see a beaver looking at me.
Beaver, what do you see?
We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a goldfish, and a pigeon looking at us. That's what I see.
Polar bear, what do you hear? Polar bear, what do you hear? Polar bear, what do you hear?
I hear a turkey gobbling in my ear.
Turkey, what do you hear?
I hear a cow mooing in my ear.
Cow, what do you hear?
I hear a chicken clucking in my ear.
Chicken, what do you hear?
I hear a toad croaking in my ear.
Toad, what do you hear?
I hear a dino roaring in my ear.
Dino, what do you hear?
I hear a goose honking in my ear.
Goose, what do you hear?
I hear a bee buzzing in my ear.
Bee, what do you hear?
I hear a fish band singing in my ear.
Fish band, what do you hear?
I hear a yeti whistling in my ear.
Yeti, what do you hear? I hear snow.
Growling like a polar bear, gobbling like a turkey, mooing like a cow, clucking like a chicken, croaking like a toad, roaring like a dino, honking like a goose, buzzing like a bee, singing like a fish band. That's what I hear.
Panda bear, what do you see? Panda bear, what do you see? Panda bear, what do you see?
I see a bald eagle soaring by me.
Bald eagle, what do you see?
I see a water buffalo judging by me.
Water buffalo, what do you see?
I see a spider monkey swinging by me.
Spider monkey, what do you see?
I see a sea turtle swimming by me.
Sea turtle, what do you see?
I see a macaroni penguin strutting by me.
Macaroni penguin, what do you see?
I see a sea lion splashing by me.
Sea lion, what do you see?
I see a red wolf sneaking by me.
Red wolf, what do you see?
I see a whooping crane flying by me.
Whooping crane, what do you see?
I see a panther strolling by me.
Panther, what do you see?
I see a pink quail looking at me.
Pink quail, what do you see? I see
A panda bear, a bald eagle, a water buffalo, a spider monkey, a sea turtle, a macaroni penguin, a sea lion, a red wolf, a whooping crane, and a panther looking at us. That's what I see.
Baby Bear, what do you see? By Bill Martin Jr., pictures by Eric Carl. Baby Bear, what do you see? I see a red fox looking at me. Red fox, what do you see? I see a flying squirrel looking at me. Flying squirrel, what do you see? I see a mountain goat looking at me. Mountain goat, what do you see? I see a blue heron looking at me. Blue heron, what do you see? I see a prairie dog looking at me. Prairie dog, what do you see? I see a striped skunk looking at me. Striped skunk, what do you see? I see a mole deer looking at me. Mole deer, what do you see? I see a rattlesnake looking at me. Rattlesnake, what do you see? I see a screech owl looking at me. Screech owl, what do you see? I see a mama bear looking at you. Mama bear, what do you see? But I see a red fox, a flying squirrel, a mountain goat, a blue heron, a prairie dog, a striped skunk, a mole deer, a rattlesnake, a screech owl, and my baby bear looking at me. That's what I see.
Pete the cat. I love my white shoes. Pete the cat. I love my white shoes. Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes. 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 Oh, no. Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Did Pete cry? He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. 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 I love my red. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Did Pete cry? He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. 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 I love. Oh no! He stepped in a puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Did Pete cry? He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my brown. Oh, no. He stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red was washed away. What color were his shoes again? But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my wet shoes. 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 The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple. But he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears. But he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums. But he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries. But he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges. But he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomachache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. Good Night Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Clement Hurd. In the great green room, there was a telephone, and a red balloon, and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs, and 2 little kittens, and a pair of mittens, and a little toy house, and a young mouse, and a comb, and a brush, and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. And good night, socks. Good night, little house. And good night, mouse. Good night, comb. And good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere.